the muscle, and you have to feed the muscle to develop it. And pretty soon you'll be able to, lift 2 pounds, and then 5 pounds, and then 20 pounds. But the analogy for me is pretty sound, because along the way, similar things are going to happen. Meaning, when you walk out of that gym and you hurt places that you didn't hurt before, there's an instinct to go, is there something wrong with my body? Wow, I hurt over here. Did I pull something, or did I damage myself in that gym? And then in a couple of days you feel fine. You go, no, it's just the exercise. Well, the same thing is true here. Because when you first start delving into this, you start saying, am I crazy? Am I going out of my mind? Because you start, hearing things or seeing things or getting that intuitive push-pull that you haven't had before. And again, just like going to the gym, there are days you have to take off, right? You can't just keep working that muscle every day, or you strain the muscle, and then you are in a bad place. So that's how I feel about it.
And you do. You always have to take breaks. You always have to. I mean, I went through, at a young age, being very, my crazy. Why am I seeing, people that aren't really alive? Is it really my voice that I'm hearing, or am I hearing a spirit talk to me? Mm-hmm. And learning how to adjust and learning how to trust as that muscle builds, it takes time.
And that leads to something that I feel is terribly important in divination. And interestingly enough, my brother and very, very good friend, one of my best friends in the whole world, Candelo Cambisa, who was on your show last week, talked about this. And he's 100% true. And folks, you should go back and listen to that show. It's a great show. You can find it here in the archives for the Divination Table. And he talked about readers who say things like, does this resonate with you? Are you getting any sort of feeling off of what I'm saying? Are you seeing what I'm kind of, they're very kind of wishy-washy. And he criticized that. And I happen to agree with him, because I think the most important thing in divination, or at least one of the most important things, is what I call the voice of authority. And one must have the voice of authority. But here's the problem, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You can fake the voice of authority. All right? You can totally fake it. And that leads to a lot of trouble. And so I am not suggesting to people that you should practice the voice of authority, like, a magpie or something. I'm saying you must develop the voice of authority. You must have trust in your tools, in your own power, in your spirits, in your ancestors, in God, whatever, so that you can speak with the voice of authority because you know that it is so, not that you are deluding yourself or it is so, or you're just speaking very strongly because you want that, $120 payment at the end of the reading, or whatever it's going to be, $60, $2, I don't give a damn. So you have to be kind of careful, because you can go to somebody who's a total fraud, and they will speak with the voice of authority, and I assure you, absolutely, let me tell you, Michael, you're going to meet a man with dark hair, and he's going to give, you can absolutely fake it.
Oh, yes.
But when you find those readers who have gained it, who have earned it, now you're hearing somebody that you need to sit up and listen to. And in your own practice, I would encourage everyone, within the sound of my electronic voice, to really seek your own voice of authority and stop. Because here's the thing. I know people, okay? Let me talk about this for a moment at a client base. I have clients who come to me. This is a regular event. And they come to me and I'm reading for them. And they get flipped out, all right? They get freaked out and they go, oh, my God. How could you know? That's exactly right. And you, blah, 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 blah. And I just kind of sit there with this sort of bored, maudlin expression on my face, and I go, you do realize you're paying me to do that. I mean, right? I mean, like, you came to me. Right, like we didn't bump into each other on a street corner, and I said, "Oh, hey, how you doing, Pally? You want a card reading?" I mean, like, you hunted me up, right, or spoke to your pal, or your friend, or somebody. Then you said, "Oh, Professor Porterfield, man, I got to get a reading with this cat." And then you came, and then you took your hard-earned American money, okay, and paid me. All right, and then we had to make a time to get together, and then we sat down, and we had to light a candle, and there was a crow and shit. And I read your card. Like, what were you like? It's like if you went to your mechanic, and he said, "Oh yeah, the alternator there. You got to choose. You see the alternator blow this. See right here. See, it's got a crack in it. So see, like when the alternator's cold, see the crack ain't so wide. So the car starts. Then the car heats up." Alternator, the crack, heat expands, the crack goes big, boom, and stops. So I had Carl put a new alternator in, it's fine. And you go, "Oh my God, you can fix cars." Yeah, Pally, it's just a mechanic right out there up front when you walked in. I mean, in other words, what I'm trying to say here is they didn't even believe when they came to you.
Right.
Okay? Now, the problem is that that's true of readers. Okay? Certainly it's true of clients. Hey, they're not in the business, right? They don't have the gift. They haven't exercised that muscle behind their ear. So it is a little amazing to them. But I know readers that are like this. I know readers who go, "Oh my God, I got it right." Son of a...
when I walk into doing a reading for somebody, I'm a member of a lot of different Facebook groups where I participate. I do little mini readings. I help educate. One of the things that I always do is I go into the reading when somebody asks a question, and I blurt out or type out whatever Spirit has for me, and I leave it.
Right.
When we're learning, new readers, people that are just trying to elevate themselves and lift, I do feel that asking for whether it is validated, whether it resonates, does help them with that whole learning how to trust and learning to trust their spirits and their guides.
Indeed, but there's a time and a place.
Yes.
I finish every reading I've ever done to anyone, anywhere, to this day, with the following sentence: "Was this of any aid to you?" Okay, now the reading's over. We're done. All right, we're done. They're packing up, whatever. And it was this of any aid to you? Okay, because at the end of the day, this is not a stage magician's trick. Okay, right. At the end of the day, this isn't, I know there are people that do this for entertainment, and that's a completely different show. But what we're doing here is trying to render aid. All right, they had a question. Sometimes it's a frivolous question. You get them, and you go, "Oh, okay, wow, you paid me all this damn money to ask me about Tiddles the cat." Okay. And you're not asking if Tiddles is going to get over his feline leukemia, which is a more serious question. You're asking some silly question. All right, well, you paid. Here's your answer about Tiddles the cat. But 9 times out of 10, these are not frivolous questions. They're very important questions. They're questions about people's future. They're questions about people's love lives. They're questions about people's money. They're questions about people's well-being. And we, as readers, owe these people a certain level of respect, a respect for their question, a respect for their troubles, a respect for their humanity, okay? And that is one of the reasons we need to develop a truthful voice of authority. The problem is that participants in a Western culture, we're trapped in this idea that somewhere it's not real, okay? And if it's not real, okay, then that means one of two things. A, get the hell out. I mean, seriously, just get out. I mean, not like in a hostile or nasty way. Just do yourself a favor and don't dick around with it, okay? Or B, you're a sham. You're a fraud. You're a carny, okay? And any of us can sit and do that. We all know what the normal problems of someone's lives are. We can all sit and go, you could come to me tomorrow and I could go, Michael, you've had troubles in the past. Well, fucking duh. Right? Show me a human being who has not had troubles into the past. Oh, you're seeking something. Well, again, duh, you came in here for a reading. It doesn't take a genius to figure, okay, so there can be fraudulent readings. So what we have to do is not go whole hog. We can't just go, everything Spirit tells me is true. Okay, I mean, I know these people, okay? Every flat tire they have is a jinx, okay?
Sometimes a flat tire is just a fucking flat tire.
Yeah, it's just a flat tire, pal. Sometimes there are nails in the road and stuff, okay?
Hey, let us take a quick minute for a quick short break. If you need to use the bathroom, grab a drink, go ahead and do so. I'll play a little bit of music, and we'll be back in about less than 3 minutes.
Sounds great.
Estoy como reina protectora que me venga a defender. Virgen Santa, Virgen pura, Virgen de mi devoción, con tu espada vencedora, sálvame de la traición. Virgen Santa, Virgen pura, Virgen de mi devoción, con tu espada vencedora, sálvame de la traición. Cabia si le pachango, cabia si le pachango, cabia si le pachango, cabia si le pachango. Cago y le mami el legua, cabia si le michan, cabia si le pachango, cabia si le pachango, cabia si le pachango, cabia si le pachango. Cabia si le mami padre, que se me lo vence todo. Cabia si le pachango, cabia si le pachango, cabia si le pachango, cabia si le pachango. Vamos, cabia si le changó, a chango lo dio, vamos con su boca.
And we are back with Professor Charles Porterfield. So, Charles.
Yes, sir.
I hear that you will be at this fabulous gala.
That is correct. I indeed will be at a fabulous gala. In fact, I'll be at two fabulous galas this year. The first one is the 2018 Big Apple Conjure Gala, which is the first inaugural Big Apple Conjure Gala. It will be April 14th and 15th of this year at the Sheraton Hotel in downtown Brooklyn. And you can find out more about that at www.bigapplecongregala2018.com. And then later in the year, September, I will be at the Mile High, the 2018 Mile High Conjure Gala, and you can find out more about that at the milehighconjuregala.com website, and that will be in Denver, Colorado. But in April, we're going to be in Brooklyn. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have so many fantastic people there. I can't tell you. It's just, it's so wonderful to be able to work with all these folks. We're going to have Candelo Campisa, Ambrosine Laguerre, Michelle Jackson, Professor Ames, Layla Marino, Star Casas, Beverly Smith,